Good afternoon. Welcome to Tunto Lifestyle Show, the only show that brings you the latest entertainment, gossip, and of course, business. Today, I'm being joined by a face, a very familiar, good-looking face. I want
Oh,
to
thank
set
you.
him off very well. I like to call him a ladies' man. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are excited and looking forward because it's gonna be an amazing conversation. I'm your host, Babel, and joining me is the one and only
Hi.
Bobbyist. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. I
Excellent.
love the drip. I love the gold with the white and the
Oh,
print.
thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You really look nice.
Thank you.
We always see Bobby on social media and videos,
Yeah.
but we've never really understood who is Bobby. Tell us a little bit more about Bobby.
Well, I'm boring in real life. I like to make music and make people happy. That's pretty much it. I grew up introverted as a kid, but I kind of found my love for music growing up, and that's what I've used to sustain myself for more than 10 years now.
Oh wow, nice. And Bobbyist, is
Mm.
that your real name?
No, my name is Robert. Bobby East is a nickname I picked up in high school, and it's just stuck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It kind of sounds almost like your real name. If you ask me, Robert Bobbyist.
yeah. Well, Bobby is short for Robert, so that kind of makes sense. And then the East was, I think my friends were just playing on like my name and whatever when I used to play basketball. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
stuck. I like it.
Now it sounds good to me. So tell us, how did the music career really start? At what point did you find yourself singing, or when did you discover that you're really passionate about music, being on camera, and when did you start?
I think that was after, slightly after high school.
Okay.
I had that gap year that everyone has before they go to college, and
Mhm.
I just wanted to learn something new.
Mhm.
And the internet was just popping up back then. YouTube was becoming a thing, and there were like tutorials on there, and I was like, "Yo, I could learn how to like maybe make a beat." I
Mhm.
wanted to be a producer. That was my biggest dream. But in me being a producer, I also started writing music for other people, and I was discovered of trying to write a song for somebody else. And my mentor Ben Blazer said, "Yo, you could do this for like a living." I never saw myself like on stage because
Really?
of like my nature, which is like really uh, laid back. But yeah, I've grown into it. I love it.
You don't look laid back at all. We see the energy on stage and it's insane. And we love what we see.
Yeah, I think that took time.
Mm-hmm.
It took time to get to that. I think
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning I was a little bit more like reserved,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I had to watch other people. Like I watched Peterson on stage. I used to watch Slap. Everyone else. I just got a little bit
Mm-hmm.
from everyone and just put it in my own show.
Nice.
Yeah,
And I believe it's always important to have support, regardless from your spouse, from family. But how was it like when you chose the path you chose, which was music? How was the response and support from family?
I think in the beginning they thought it was just a hobby
Mm-hmm.
until, but I've never really had a conversation with my parents where they've told me don't do music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were, I,
They were cool parents.
my dad bought me my first computer that I started using to make beats, and he gave me like a room at one of his like he had these stores, so he gave me one where I could make my studio and whatnot. So yeah, they've always been super supportive. I'm sure my mom maybe had other dreams and aspirations for me because I was like an A student. She thought I would do something else, but I just thought I'd do what makes me happy.
Nice. But
Yeah,
are they happy? What do you think?
I think they are.
They are, or they've learned or grown to be happy with
I
the
think
choice
that
you've made.
they were never really unhappy.
Uh-huh.
I just think they were concerned that it's not something that everyone becomes successful in.
True.
Yeah, it's like sports
Mm-hmm.
and art, it's hit or miss. So if you miss, maybe they were just concerned that I wouldn't have a livelihood.
True.
Yeah.
And you've just brought up a very important point, which you said, where you
Mm.
stated it's not everybody who might succeed at this, but what has
Yeah.
been your secret? Because you've been consistent. From the time we heard about you, you've been there, bringing hit after hit. We know
Mm.
about this.
Mm.
What has been your secret?
Yo, there really isn't a secret.
The must be.
I um I say this all the time. Like ever since TikTok came up,
Hmm.
I just realized how many talented people we have in the world. Like every day, you open your phone, you go on TikTok, and you find people singing beautifully, people rapping, people producing. Like people are very talented, and they just lack the opportunity or the luck. So I always tell people all the time, I'm like, it's not like you are super intelligent or you did something that sometimes it's just luck and God's grace that you end up like being able to have like a career in something like this because there are other people who are just as good or even better who don't have the opportunities that you have. So I work hard. I'm always trying to learn, trying to better my craft. But besides all of that, is just sometimes you're just in the right place at the right time, and you just it's luck.
Oh, wow. It's luck.
Yeah.
Media and luck. You've talked about TikTok. I believe there's so many funny videos and so many talented people in the world and in our
Yeah.
own country here,
Yeah.
Zambia. And how best do you think people should utilize or take advantage of media in this current moment? Because talk of the biggest people, the biggest artists we've come across or know about, most of them
Mm-hmm.
started as little as, you know, YouTube. Then from there somebody big noticed that they can actually sing, and from there they
Yeah.
were polished and we know about them today.
Yeah.
But in our own setup here in Zambia, how best should people um, make or take advantage of social media?
It's a tricky balance that you have to kind of navigate. Some of us started making music before social media was really really big,
Yeah.
so we've had to exist in a world where you couldn't even post a link for a record. Like you had to make physical CDs.
Yeah.
I know, like the new artists are like, "What? You had to do that?" Yeah, we had to make physical CDs, go
Yeah.
to the radio station, and back in the day, there used to be these bootleg CDs that they would sell. So you try to get your song on there so that it starts playing in other places. So because of that, we are able to exist in a world where we exist in the real world, and we also like take advantage of social media. The problem that comes in when you are too social media savvy is that then you become like they start if you're popular on TikTok, they call you a TikTok artist or a YouTube
Yeah.
artist or a felon,
Hmm.
and that's not something that you want. If really your goal is to be like the ultimate entertainer, you need
Hmm.
to show that what you do online you can also do in the real world. So if you're
Hmm.
an artist, you need to your music doesn't have to be only big on TikTok. It needs to play on radio, and you need to be doing some concerts. You need to have a balance. Some people are happy um, just being big on one platform.
Hmm.
There's people who call themselves the YouTuber. I'm a YouTuber. That's cool. My only concern with something like that is that any form of social media or any platform that comes in like that has got a lifespan,
Hmm.
and that's not up to you on how long this thing is gonna be popular. In the same way that Facebook or Meta, as they're calling it now,
Yeah.
they've been saying for the longest time that it's dying out
Yeah.
and it's losing to TikTok, and so
Hmm.
is Instagram. So if you're big on Instagram, what happens when no one goes to Instagram anymore? Because back in the day there was some younger people might not remember, but there was something called MySpace, and there were people who are big on MySpace, and they kind of fizzled out. So you really wanna make sure that your avenues of trying to make your your monies and whatever are spread out.
Nice. So, also, I think you talking about balance. You need to go with the trend.
Yeah.
What's happening now? What's the best platform to use for my type of career or whatever I'm trying to put across? I think that is also one of the things you're
Right
trying
now,
to.
it's TikTok.
Hmm.
TikTok is the biggest one.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
easy. It's easy. First of all, you don't type a lot of things. It's visual,
Yeah,
and it's not very long.
yeah.
So whatever, you just have to find your niche and stick to it. TikTok is like the easiest. not easy, but it's the best platform
for anybody to
to go
try.
viral on.
Yeah,
Yeah, then what you do with that after you go viral now, that's up to you.
true. I like that.
Yeah.
So he's given you the tips on what are the best social platforms to use as you're starting or trying to put across um, a topic or whatever you're trying to build for yourself.
Yeah.
So there you heard it from Bobby East.
Yeah.
But taking you back still to the music industry or
Yeah.
entertainment industry, what has been some of the challenges you've seen? And moving forward, what are the things we love to see change?
Um, challenges, yo, there are few. Um, Zambia, because maybe because the entertainment industry has always been in its infancy stage.
Yeah,
There was a point where Zambian music was really big in the Kalindula era, and we
yeah,
kind
that
of,
was a nice era.
yeah, we lost out on a lot of artists. A lot of them died before they could pass on the knowledge. You know, there wasn't like that passing over of the baton. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know what happened in the 90s, but a lot of people just died. They died. They were not even super old, but they died. So the next crop, that left a gap for like South African music and rumba music and all of that stuff to come in. By the time we were trying to make music again, it was like we're starting from infancy.
Hmm.
So because of that, it's really difficult for um, maybe not Zambians. Okay, Zambians in general and corporations to just take the art seriously. Even when they call you and they tell you, no, we've got a product that we want you to endorse, and
Hmm.
you give them a quotation, they'll say, but why this? Like, it's always like, no, but I'm only calling you for 30 minutes, so I just want you to post. No, that's not the point. I've done this work for 10 years.
Yeah,
You are paying me
for the
off
value.
all the work that I've put in. So every time people get in touch like that and you give them a figure, they think it's crazy. But the same company, if it's a foreign act, they'll be more than happy to pay them 10 times the amount that you asked for. So it's a thing where Zambians need to take pride in our Zambianness, and we need to like, yo, this is our person, and they have the numbers. Why don't we pay them what we pay foreign influencers? If the money is there, if the money is not there, then I understand.
Yeah.
I can usually tell, I can gauge, like, yo, this company isn't what they're just starting out, so this is
Hmm.
what they can afford. But
Hmm.
if you are this big industry giant and you spend millions and millions on advertising, when you call me to be in your advertising, we should sit down somewhere and you should say, I'm gonna pay you in the millions.
Yeah.
That rarely ever happens, and that's Zambia is the only country where that doesn't happen. It's
But why
crazy.
do you think it's like that though? Is it
I
our culture? Do we just
it's
like to be where we are as a people?
it's all culture, and it's I just think um from what I've heard and what I've seen,
Yeah.
because I worked in the corporate world for a little bit,
Hmm.
didn't like it. It's a thing where even when it's like a foreign company coming into Zambia, they will want to do things the way they do them in South Africa or
Okay.
in Nigeria. So they'll expect the quotations to be high. But you'll find that it will be a fellow Zambian, a marketing executive from here will say, no, we can't give them that much. Nah, we don't pay that much over here. Let's give them this amount. This is what they're used
So
to.
we devalue ourselves in short.
Exactly. Like a fellow Zambian trying to push down. Like not like you don't want to see the money being passed on to another person. But it's not even your money, that's
Yeah.
company money.
Wow, that's a big shame. That's a
Yeah,
really
so
big
like
shame.
why don't you push for uh
You're really pushing for yourself if you
yeah,
ask me.
yeah, I'm just saying why can't you push for companies that make money over
Yeah.
here? Your Airtels, your MTNs, your Trade Kings. Why haven't they ever given somebody like a over a million quarter endorsement deal? They can afford it.
Yeah.
They can afford it. They do it everywhere else. Why don't they do it here?
Wow. Those are really questions even I myself ask every now and then. I mean, we have the potential, we have artists, we've got,
Yeah, so I've turned down a lot of money
yeah,
in the pursuit of what is right. I say if I'm gonna accept this small amount of money to take care of my, it might not even be small, but
yeah,
I'm like, if I'm gonna accept this, then I am devaluing the whole. Anyone who's like younger and trying to come up, they will use that as the benchmark on how much they should pay.
yeah.
So I'd rather just turn it down.
Talking about rising artists, How do you think they are doing so far? And with what you've seen starting up yourself, do you feel they're facing the same things, or maybe in a way they're trying to, sell in a different way?
New artists have got their own sound, they've got their own thing
Yeah.
going on. Every new, like I consider myself a odd head a little bit
Okay.
because yeah, this is 10 years plus.
Hmm.
So the people that I started doing music with in the same year, very few of them are still active.
Yeah.
I can name maybe three
Hmm.
that we started out in the same year, and all of them are still active till now. Um, with the new acts, they have, like I said, when you are kind of old in the game, you kind of have your own way of doing things.
Hmm.
So my way might not sit right with them, and their way might not sit right with me. But it's not up to me to judge their methods and what they do, as long as they are effective at their job. The the only thing that I always hope is that they see the mistakes that we made and they make things always have to progress. Like
True.
we need to do better.
True.
So my hope is that they see the mistakes that we made. They've seen them. They know what we did wrong, and they have more information at their fingertips. Like I said, when I wanted to start making beats, I learned online. Now there's so many courses you can do online, or you could easily just go to YouTube and type in whatever you want to learn. I guarantee there's a video, there's a tutorial, someone
Yeah.
teaching you in very, very basic terms how to do something. And they have all of this at their disposal. Even financial literacy, they can learn about that. I just hope that they take it to the next level. The only problem I see sometimes with the younger acts is that they say, no, the big guys don't really wanna that
Collaborate. Yeah.
they don't wanna pass on the baton, or they
Hmm.
don't wanna do this and that. I don't think that's true. I think if you're standing your ground, you're authentic, and you're making music, you will blow up regardless of. I I could give you the biggest call sign in the world, but if the people don't agree and they don't like your music,
Yeah.
I don't have the powers to make anybody famous.
True.
I've signed people and they didn't blow up. I wanted them to blow up, but they didn't. Then you have guys like Chandana K who just
Came
nobody
up.
nobody gave them a call sign. Nobody said, "Hey, let's hold these guys up" or anything like that. They just blew up.
Wow. And they came out with a lot of energy. I mean,
Exactly.
whether
So
you wanted to or not, you would listen to their songs because they had the energy anybody couldn't ignore.
every
Yeah.
time I'm trying to tell, I'm like, yo, it's either you blow up or you don't.
Take it to the next level
Yeah,
or you blow up.
it's either you blow up or you don't.
Yeah.
There's nobody really you can blame besides yourself.
I like that.
Nobody owes anyone any type of like, yo, this is the path. What I've done is that I've showed you the way,
Hmm. You take it.
in as imperfect as it may seem,
Hmm.
but that will help you. So yeah,
I like it.
I like some of the new kids. I like their music. Some of the music is not really for me, but that's not like my my place to say anything.
But you still support them. I trust that you would.
Of course,
Yeah.
I give any new artist who comes up to me wanting some wisdom or
Yeah.
anything like that. I try my best, and not only that, like I've tried in all of my albums to always put in like new acts that no one has ever heard of. I like introducing a new act
Yeah.
to the world that nobody has ever heard about. That's like you can never really consider yourself like great until you make somebody else great.
True. That's deep.
So sometimes when I meet like really, really talented people, like the way I met Dave, then I've got no choice but to take them on and see how far we can go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. Well explained and simplified. We've touched a little bit about the upcoming artists, the challenges you've seen, what you would like to see different moving forward. But I'm curious to know this,
Yeah.
for the ladies. I'm going to ask for the ladies. Are
Mm.
you taken? Is there a ring? What's happening?
Yo,
I'm asking for my sisters. I know they want to know this.
as I'm sure a lot of people know, I am not. I'm not single. I don't talk about my private life
Okay?
because it kind of takes away from like the magic I have with like my fans and whatever.
Okay.
They don't like hearing about that
So
stuff.
you know.
So and I don't like telling
Okay.
them.
But I think it's clear now. They know what's
No,
happening.
but they know what's happening. They know.
Okay.
There's once in a while I'll post like my family or something, so they know. But yeah, but we don't talk about it. We pretend. We meet and then like we at the shows and
Uh-huh.
we have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in a respectable way though.
Of course.
I should emphasize.
I like that. I think everything has been answered. I don't need to ask you more. But I'm also curious to have your take or your thought on what Will did to Chris in defense of his wife. Would you go to that extreme? As a
Yo,
man, what do you think?
I had such a hard time the other day on Twitter when I pushed like my opinion on this, and I was just so surprised by how many people were offended with what I said. When
Mm.
pretty much the only thing I was trying to say was violence is bad.
Hmm.
Violence is bad unless it's in self-defense. I understand self-defense,
Yeah.
and I understand protecting the integrity of your wife. That's the mother to his kids. I understand that, but I think a person as experienced as he is, he's been performing since I was a kid. I'm sure that he could have found a better way to address his grievance
Yeah.
with Chris Rock. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think it was a lapse in judgment on his part. I just think
Yeah.
like it's been stuff that has been building up and finally he exploded. And that's the thing, though. I kind of get it because people can be really tenacious in mocking and making memes and just like the whole day find like you type in your name and you find like maybe a million people are talking about you in a negative light.
But
And it doesn't matter what the person does for a living.
yeah.
At the end of the day, they're still a person. And I think this guy went through that for the longest time and he was laughing through it all.
Yeah.
And then he just reached a point where he just exploded.
But now I want to ask about you.
Mm.
I understand you face a lot of both, positive and negative. How do you manage the negative vibes you get every now and then?
These days, I just ignore.
That's the best
I
therapy.
ignore. I
Yeah.
ignore it so much. I ignore. Um, Crazy part is I realized that I was taking away from people that appreciate and love me.
Yeah.
If you post something and then you get 1,000 comments and like 800 comments are just like fans bigging you up and then 200 trolls,
Hmm.
then you start replying to the trolls. You're kind of disrespecting the 800 people that love you and buy your tickets and buy your music. So I'd rather respond to those guys than respond to like a troll. Because they'll always be troll. They'll troll anyone.
Doesn't
They'll,
matter what you're doing, really.
if Jesus was still on earth and they had social media, they'll find a way to troll him. That's how like it works. It's crazy.
So the best therapy is just ignore them.
Ignore,
Let them talk.
ignore, ignore.
I like it. Ignore them until they talk no more, until their bundles run out.
Exactly.
So your fans also want to know, what are you up to really? What should they look forward to? Do we have some new beats coming up, a new album? What's happening in the background?
Yeah. We've been recording. Like people who follow me, they know that I've been announcing like an album that we need to drop.
Hmm.
We had a little bit of an issue with like getting the distribution right on how we're gonna put it out, but we figured that out as well. So yeah, um, there is an album that is gonna drop. I don't know when people are gonna watch this, but we're in April now, so I'm seeing the album drop in maybe May, without a doubt.
So they'll definitely see this before May. I
if
can confirm
if
this.
they could be watching this and the album is out already,
No, no,
like
no.
that's how
It
already
will be
we are.
before that, I can tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, people should look forward to his album. He promises us that it will be out in May.
yeah,
Before?
in May.
In May. So yeah.
Definitely in May.
May expect to hear some really nice, dope music from Bobby. He never lets us down. So yeah, May it is. We look
Yeah,
forward to it.
I
I'm
appreciate it.
also curious to just ask you one more question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, who is Bobby like off camera? What do you do?
this is me.
This
Like
is you.
this
Oh,
is
you're on
me.
camera.
Now when I'm having a conversation, this
Yeah,
is me. When I'm doing like a musical performance,
yeah.
it's like yes, I'm putting on an act. It's for entertainment. So yeah, I'm chilled. I'm laid back. I can talk to anyone as long as you're not being disrespectful or just like being super aggressive. I'm
Yeah,
cool. I like people. And yeah, man, I'm just an ordinary guy. It's just that I live a kind of extraordinary life where I make beats and just yeah.
I like that. I am an ordinary guy who lives an extraordinary life. Ooh, that give me chills. So, winding up,
Yeah.
what's your advice to the young artist watching you right now, or to anybody who is trying to enter the entertainment industry, but of course in a different way? It may not really
Mm,
be music per se directly, but
mm,
of course anything to do with entertainment.
yeah. The things that apply in entertainment apply in any other type of business. Um, Look at a need
Yeah.
that is not being met. Um, you can't have like you have like a whole line of people that sell perfumes, and you
Hmm.
also go and you open a perfume store.
Yeah.
What you need to see is recognize a gap. By that I mean, if you are a singer, recognize a sound that other people aren't doing or that they're not doing as well as they should.
Yeah.
You can't like come into a business and do like the same level that everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
You say no, but this song is as good as that one. No, that
Hmm.
one came out first.
Yeah.
So you need to do better or you need to do different and educate yourself. I say this all the time. Just buy some bundles and go on YouTube. There's everything on there. Everything. Everything. Any single pointer that you can want to know about. Just go there and learn. Do not be lazy. And network.
Hmm.
Sometimes just even if you're not invited somewhere, find yourself in a place where people will be able to listen to your music or listen
Hmm.
to your art. You just can't sit at home and expect people to like someone fall out from heaven and to
Yeah.
come and help you. Then fourth and lastly, utilize social media. Utilize social media to push your music. The easiest app right now, like I said, to push music is TikTok. If you make music and you're not on TikTok, then I don't really understand. I'm not good at it, but I have an account.
Maybe people should now take time and just understand media. Maybe should we have people talking about media more just to tell people how beneficial it is in a way?
Do you know it's crazy that there
Yeah.
are actual videos on TikTok
Yeah.
teaching you how to use TikTok?
Wow.
There's videos on TikTok on how you can push your music or push a sound.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is go on there and search and learn. That is it.
Wow. So we have the tools. We just need to find ways to
Exactly. The
make them
tools the
work
tools are right there.
in front of us.
Sometimes I get something and I use it and it works and I'm like, how come nobody else saw this? And it just baffles me. Then I realize that people are happy to be in a bubble where
Yeah.
they don't wanna learn.
Explore.
So always learn. It's important.
Wow, so those were the tips by the one and only Bobby S. I have learned so much. It's been a fun interview. Thank you so
Thank you.
much for
I
this
appreciate it.
opportunity
No,
and
thank you for
time.
having me.
We've been looking forward to this, so I'm so excited, really. And there's the question which I popped and you've answered, so I'm sure the ladies are now aware. They don't have to ask, what's happening. He's already given us the answers,
Yeah,
and
I
it
hear
was
you.
straight and clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so this is the point where we come to a close, but we close it in the style.
Okay.
So we are Utuntu, but we have a slogan called at Shanabo.
Oh, okay.
So are you okay with it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we are Utuntu on Facebook, Utuntu on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, Instagram again. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. From me, Mebo, and the one and only, the ladies' man, Bobby East, it's at
Shiny apple.
Shanabo.
Yeah.